like Coach Baylor said, it was a very tough pill to swallow this weekend after that game. But there's a lot of bright stuff that came out of that game, a lot of people stepping up on the offense and finally getting some production. There's a lot of times when we were needed to score and we got in the end zone. And defensively, you can't fault their effort. We know our guys were busting out there, they're injured, and offensively, we tried to do everything we could to help them out. There's been a lot of times while I've been here at Wright that offense has struggled and the defense needed to step it up, and they've done what they had to do to help us out. So we're not a split locker room at all. And we're trying to work on the negatives, but really look at the positives and think of all the things we've grown from week to week. Taking one step at a time. That's what we talked about this year. And just couldn't say enough about our offensive line, how great they've done. A lot of people. Ian Gray has done really great this year at the left tackle spot. Just really exceeded expectations. Been a really good leader. I was watching film and watching the game on TV, and he's just doing great stuff. Dreyfus, Tyler, both really good leaders out there yesterday, 2 days ago. I saw his shoulder out. I saw them pop it back in. He's such a stud for coming back in that game. Really proud of how he did and how he led the team. Matt Simonette, always great leader on the line. And they just physically, were beating them down in the trenches. And that's hard to do. And we did it out there in the heat. And, kudos to Coach Yox for getting us ready. We weren't cramping up and they were starting to fall close to the end of the game. But we're really just moving on from this game. It was definitely a very hard pill to swallow. But there's a lot of positives that we're taking out of it. And we're going to focus on those and move to Southern Miss and we're going to get our first W.
You talked about Dreyfus and you said you saw them pop it back in. Did you feel, the mood of the team change when you were, coming back on the field and keep playing?
Well, it's kind of an emotional roller coaster at first. We got our first touchdown, we got on the board, and then I see Dreyfus is down. I'm like, oh no, And I see him on the sideline. He's in agony, trying to fight back tears. And you can just physically see something's wrong with his shoulder, the way the pads are over it. And they say it's out, and I'm standing over there, and I see him, yanking on it, pop it back in. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen, and I hope to God it never happens to me. And it just shows how much he cares about this team, how much he loves football, And I don't know many guys that would be coming back on that field to play, especially a quarterback. So I'm just really proud of what he did after that. He played a pretty flawless game with one arm. So.
Zack, can you take us through? I'm assuming with Jordan's situation, it wasn't a last-minute deal where you found out that you were going to start at Notre Dame, but to go there, get your first touchdown, and that venue, and then since then to be looked at and thrown to as much as you have and been able to produce.
I mean, it's been a great experience. The Jordan thing was really a shock, and it's really, we wanted him back every week. I mean, he's the best receiver we have, and we hope we can get him back this week and he can get as many snaps as he can. But it's been a really fun experience. It's been easy. The quarterback's been putting it the only place I can get it. The line has been blocking tremendously. And, I got the easy job. I just catch the ball. I try to not be a tackle. So everybody else has been doing my job for me. It's been very easy here on out. And the coach has been great, very supportive. I feel they have very good trust in me. So it's been a great experience and very easy.
Have you been talking to Jordan a lot and maybe getting some feedback on what he's seeing?
Oh, definitely. I look up to Jordan a lot. He's just a great athlete. He battled a lot of injury, a lot of adversity early on, and he is still battling injury. He's kind of done it his whole career. And I go to him for a lot of advice, and on the field he's always in my ear talking to me if I'm getting down, if I'm seeing something getting frustrated. He's always in my ear, settle me down. Iron sharpens iron, and I look up to him, for help and just wisdom, because I'm young and he's been through it all. So I definitely look up to him and talk to him. Always see him in the training room, always ask him when he's going to be back, because we need him back as soon as we can.
Can you speak to the transition from high school quarterback to college wide receiver? That's a tough transition to make.
Yeah, high school quarterback's a stretch. I've played a triple option, so I was getting 30 carries a game. But it's been a fun ride. I mean, I even caught a couple passes at quarterback in high school, you know, a couple trick plays, and it's been awesome. I mean, when I got to Wright, they moved to receiver, and Coach Lynch has been awesome. You know, he's really supportive, really helped me out. Realized that this is my first time playing receiver. I'm just raw, you know. I got no fundamentals, and he's really helped me build my fundamentals, and it's been interesting to say the least. And you know, I miss gunning the ball, but